This is the difficult part of this video briefing for us as Planet X researchers, because we really do understand how these various different Planet X flyby scenarios could work out. I can remember back in 2003 when I was making guest appearances on Coast to Coast and saying clever things like, the surface of the Earth could wiggle like a bowl of Jell-O. With a comfortable distance of time, such clever radio sound bites were all too easy. Yet as clever as they were, perhaps it turns out they could be closer to what may happen than I could have imagined. In February of this year, we published a report with 8 different flyby scenarios, ranging from the best case to the worst case. I strongly urge you to view that video if you have not already done so. In this video briefing, I'm going to take a look at what could be a likely worst-case scenario. I want to strongly emphasize to you before I do this that there is no true likely worst-case scenario. This is an unstable object, it's a fast mover, and things could change at any time. I want to strongly urge you, the viewer, to understand that when Planet X crosses the ecliptic, you will go into an area we call the kill zone. We fully explained the kill zone in our February 2009 report. For now, what we need to keep in mind is that this is when the worst case, or the best case scenario for that matter, will occur. Assuming there can only be one best case scenario and likewise one worst case scenario, the odds of one of the other happening is 50-50. This is because a best case scenario can only happen if Planet X passes through the kill zone while it is on the side of the Sun opposite from Earth. However, if Planet X passes through the kill zone while it is on our side of the Sun, then that is when the most likely worst case scenario will occur. As we have stated in this video and countless other times, this object is a fast mover in a comet-like orbit, and it is unpredictable. So a definitive estimate as to whether we'll have a best case or a worst case scenario is virtually impossible. Even if we could somehow manage to connect all of the computers in the world together to form one massive computing machine, it would be hard-pressed to better our 50-50 odds at this time. Because of these limitations, the best we can do now is to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And there's only one way we can really do that at this point in time. We must look beyond the limits of traditional science into a realm of inquiry where we take into account prophecies from the Holy Bible, Mother Shipton, Nostradamus, Leonardo da Vinci, and many others. Taken all together, what we see is a recurring pattern consistent with the pole shift prophecy of the sleeping prophet, Edgar Cayce. With this in mind, we've watched the trailers for the forthcoming 2012 movie by Sony with great interest. While there is nothing in the trailers to explain how these events come about, what we see as Planet X researchers is very clearly an Edgar Cayce pole shift. So if you really want to know what the worst case scenario would be, then go watch the movie. And yes, keep in mind it is Hollywood, and that they are taking creative license, and that they tend to exaggerate things. However, when we look at it, at least from what we see from the trailers, it's a spot-on Edgar Cayce pole shift, complete with mega tsunamis, superquakes, and supervolcano eruptions. One thing we've noticed with Sony's 2012 movie trailers is that they open with this really ominous 2012 Mayan prediction. Well, the Maya were telling us something much more than that. Yes, it's the end of an era, but it's also the beginning of a new era. And let's keep that in mind as we look at what could be a possible worst-case scenario for 2012 and beyond.